I've heard tales of your kind, Witcher.
Ooh, man, I just like the game.
Mutant, created by magic, roaming the continent.
Ooh,
We don't want
nice
your
powers
kind,
there.
Hunting monsters for a price. I thought you'd have fangs or horns or something.
I had them filed down.
I love their interaction. Oh,
People call you a monster too. Why not kill them?
Because then I am what they say.
oh, I love this sinister take of how they portray the Witcher.
All of our choices draw our destinies closer.
If he is out there, there is still hope.
I have to find Geralt of Rivia.
Oh man, the action scenes look damn good.
Don't judge me.
They say witches can't feel human emotion. What do you believe in?
You know there's got to be at least one bathtub scene with him, like,
Evil is evil. Lesser. Greater. Middling. It's all the same.
oh, whoa, nice action there.
It's your destiny. I can't protect her. If you dismiss it, Geralt! You will unleash true calamity upon us all. I'll take that chance.
Oh man, all right, well, you gotta admit, it looks phenomenal.
It's the Witcher reaction time.
Ah, yes, it is indeed. I tell you, this is the one Netflix show that would get me back onto Netflix. We haven't had a subscription in a while now, but this would bring me back for sure.
Tell me, Witcher.
He's the Witcher.
Yes, Lulu, we've seen this trailer before.
You don't believe in destiny? Or the lesser evil? What do you believe in?
Hey, you see me play this game.
Yes. Oh, that's inspired from the game?
What is a Witcher?
White hair, big old loner, two very, very scary looking swords. I know who you are.
A Witcher is a mutant.
Oh!
And their trade in particular is monster hunting.
Ooh, those effects look like they might actually be real-life rubber suitish.
The Butcher of Blaviken!
You are almost universally hated by every species on the continent.
I like this. I like how they're portraying him. The hate for a Witcher.
It's unlikely you're going to have a cheery personality. But Geralt himself, despite the stony exterior, is actually quite good.
No, I see him as Superman.
But very capable
hot.
of doing bad
Oh my
things.
god, look at the eyes.
Geralt isn't simply a white knight. He isn't simply a harsh monster hunter. He's an incredible blend of the two. The rumors about witches are that they don't have emotions.
You take no prisoners. So I hear.
And that is perpetuated by them.
Is that real? I always thought Witchers never had emotions, that their whole training resulted in them becoming emotionless.
Sometimes there's monsters. Sometimes there's money. Rarely both.
When they're created, they undergo alchemical trials, which is a combination of elixirs and magic, which have very aggressive effects on their bodies. This allows them to take various potions. These potions enhance them in various and different ways. The signs that witches cast, they are basic magic, but very, very effective. You often see this very dry humor come through, which is one of the more charming aspects of
Ooh
Geralt.
la la.
You smell of death and destiny.
It's onion.
Right, yeah.
Destiny is one of the major themes.
He's definitely nailing the
which
dry
is a force
humor
which is
of
controlling
Geralt.
him and indeed the world around him. Geralt aggravates Destiny. He doesn't believe in it. But it turns out there may be a little more to it.
Find her.
But Geralt's greatest strength is his capacity to still love despite having been treated incredibly harshly. Despite what he says, he still believes in the goodness of people. And you couple that with incredible sword skills, speed, agility, and endurance, then you have an interesting character.
Wow, that's impressive. You didn't watch a trailer with this with me?
No.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, maybe I did the reaction to that one by myself.
I've heard tales of your kind, Witcher. You're a mutant. Created by magic. Roaming the continent.
We don't want your kind here.
Hunting monsters. For a price. I thought you'd have fangs or horns or something.
I had them filed down.
People call you a monster too. Why not kill them?
Because then I am what they say I am.
All of our choices draw our destinies closer.
If he is out there, there is still hope.
I have to find Geralt of Rivia.
Don't judge me.
Got the sword
They
played
say
down so
witches
well.
can't feel human
You
emotion.
can tell he definitely trained for that.
What do you believe in?
Evil is evil. Lesser. Greater. Middling. It's all the same. Princess Cirilla.
That's her. That's his daughter?
I can't protect her.
She's really different than
If you dismiss it,
games as well.
you will unleash true calamity upon us all. I'll take that chance.
Do you know how many people wouldn't blink if you died? You lie. You keep secrets. You succumb to emotion, to weakness. Do you actually have what it takes?
Wait, she's also a witch?
Yeah, she's a magic user.
Yennefer is in a constant battle with herself. She had a really tragic childhood.
What happened to her?
A place of frustration, rage, confusion.
Oh, that's her?
She was born with a deformed spine and jaw abnormality. And because of that, her father resented her a lot.
How much for this beast?
6.
4.
Sold. 4 marks.
That moment sets up the whole of
Who is she?
Yennefer's journey.
Just because you are conduits of chaos does not mean that you are capable of magic.
That then became her life.
That woman teaches her the power?
Who's next? However, she is never satisfied, always striving for something else. She owns her sexuality and uses it to manipulate people and get what she wants.
Yes,
Yennefer
girl.
of Vengerberg.
My world is cruel. You enter, you survive, you die.
She presents a certain version of herself, someone who's direct and in control, dangerous. The arc that she goes through is an incredible challenge. She longs for this connection, but that fear, that insecurity, feeds this chaos, with this magic that makes her incredibly powerful. She's epic.
What more do you want?
Everything.
Wow.
Wow, I know a lot less about this backstory than I thought. This
Wow.
portrayal is amazing. Oh my god.
Here's your first lesson.
Cirilla.
As in life, it is impossible always to be fully prepared for battle. Keep your sword close and keep moving.
There's something special about this girl. She's very loyal to the people that she loves. She's built a heart from it, but just hasn't had any experience in the real world. All she's known was a sheltered life as a princess and this very secure network of people looking after her.
At least you didn't shit your keks.
She's very relentless, very stubborn, and she's also very naive.
Also, very, very powerful. Hidden powers.
I think she just wants to make sure that she doesn't get trapped in that box.
Would you honor me with the dance?
Martin.
She'd love to.
The typical conforming life of a princess. She wants to kind of break free from that. But she suddenly gets dropped in a very brutal world. People are after her. It does become something very scary.
Lesson number 2. Know when it's time to stop.
No,
moving.
it's her mom.
She loses everybody she's known within one night.
Aww.
A huge theme in The Witcher is the loss of family and the search for family.
Find Geralt of Rivia.
Huh?
Find who?
Here's your
Him.
destiny.
Wonder
That's
why
the
she said
last
that.
words that her grandmother said to her. It means a great
Grandmother.
deal, and I think that's what
Grandmother.
keeps her determined to continue on. That's all she's got left to cling on to. It does mean a lot to her, but she doesn't quite know yet what it means. Being a princess doesn't matter anymore. She just doesn't know where to begin.
Be careful, child. This place isn't safe if you're alone.
And it's the same as every other place.
She's a fighter.
Cirilla, you are the lion cub of Sintra.
Why do you think
Oh, they
she's
call
not
him the White
safe?
Wolf. It's a song.
I saw an army, a sea of black and gold.
Nilfgaard will destroy.
I love every detail in this.
They're here. This is why they came.
It's always for a woman.
The world depends on it.
You need a dragon.
Bring me the girl alive.
We have to find Geralt of Rivia.
We can stop Nilfgaard.
I will personally defeat them.
Join us.
Why would I protect this? I want to be powerful.
I will take the girl, protect her, and bring her back unharmed.
Do not tell me that this is finally the moment you've decided to actually care about someone other than yourself.
Don't touch Roach.
Don't touch Roach.
Ay. Alright, too much. I'm hot. I need to get ready, John.
was not old.
It's the Witcher reaction
Ah,
time.
yeah. The final Witcher reaction
That
that
we're
we're
gonna
gonna
do.
do before the show starts.
Right.
I can tell you right now, this has got to be the most unusual promo I've seen for a series from Netflix. But at the same time, this looks like it could either be brilliant or really just awkward. Henry Cavill is going to be reading
Some
a passage of The
oh my
Witcher from
gosh.
the book. He's sitting there with a chair, right? He's got his fine alcoholic beverage sitting on the side. This feels like it's just something harking back to an old school era of like when they read something on TV. Oh,
really? I can't relate.
Maybe my era. Actually, it's even pre-my era per se. Considering that The Witcher came from the books, thank you all for reminding me, as if I didn't know. It's just that I play the games first, so my sort of exposure to the world is through games. Understandably, the books are always going to be better. It has always been the case. So this might be one of those things where I think I might actually break out a book and read it again. And this time it won't have pictures like the comic books I read. Oh, I haven't read a book in a long time.
Maybe I'll read it too. You think I can understand?
Did you understand Harry Potter?
No.
Well, then you probably won't understand this. Jesus
okay, I'll just
Christ.
watch it. I'll wait. I'll just watch.
Oh my God. You know, Harry Potter's great for kids.
Hey, my English is a lot better now. Maybe I'll try it again.
Yes, baby. Actually, your English is a lot better. That has improved quite a bit.
Maybe I can read it again.
Maybe.
I'm going to read it again.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Well, Henry Cavill's going to read for us. And this should be interesting. I think he has a actually pretty good voice for a reading voice. He's got a...
Of course. What? What are you talking about? He's Superman.
Okay, look, I'm just going to tell you straight up right now. I didn't think he was that great of a Superman. I thought he was a very good Clark Kent. When he was in human form, you can really feel the weight of the world on his shoulders. You can feel the sort of reserved power. But the minute he became Superman, it was just a little wooden for me. Like, honestly, that's just my opinion. I'm just saying that's how I felt. I think a lot of people feel that as well. I think that's why there's kind of been somewhat of a mixed reception to Superman. But that being said, I think he's an amazing actor. I think right now, I'm totally buying that he is Geralt. Not Geralt. No, not like geriatrics, all right? It's Geralt. That's right.
Geralt. All right, let's listen to Geralt.
Geralt, like Gary the Snail.
Geralt. Geralt, get it?
And away we go.
Good evening. My name is Henry Cavill and I play Geralt of Rivia in Netflix's new series, The Witcher. I'm here to take you back to where we first met The Witcher, this book, The Last Wish. Let's begin, shall we?
He's even pouring his drink.
As usual, cats and children noticed him first. A striped tomcat sleeping on a sun-warmed stack of wood shuddered.
Shut up!
Raised his round head, pulled back his ears, hissed, and bolted off into the nettles. 3-year-old Dragomir, Fisherman Trigla's son, who was sitting on the hut's threshold, doing his best to make dirtier an already dirty shirt, started to scream as he fixed his tearful eyes on the passing rider. The Witcher rode slowly, without trying to overtake the hay cart obstructing the road. A laden donkey trotted behind him, stretching its neck and constantly pulling the cord tied to the Witcher's pommel tight. In addition to the usual bags, the long-eared animal was lugging a large shape, wrapped in a saddlecloth on its back. The gray-white flanks of the ass were covered with black streaks of dried blood. The stranger was not old, but his hair was almost entirely white. Beneath his coat, he wore a worn leather jerkin laced up at the neck and shoulders. As he took off his coat, those around him noticed that he carried a sword. Not something unusual in itself. Nearly every man in Wizim carried a weapon, but no one carried a sword strapped to his back as if it were a bow or a quiver. The stranger did not sit at the table with the few other guests. He remained standing at the counter, piercing the innkeeper with his gaze. He drew from the tankard. "We'll give you a hand," the pockmarked man hissed. He knocked the tankard from the stranger's hand and simultaneously grabbed him by the shoulder, dug his fingers into the leather strap which ran diagonally across the outrider's chest. One of the men behind him raised a fist to strike. The outsider curled up on the spot, throwing the pockmarked man off balance. The sword hissed in its sheath and glistened briefly in the dim light. The place seethed. There was a scream, and one of the few remaining customers tumbled towards the exit. A chair fell with a crash, and earthenware smacked hollowly against the floor. The innkeeper, his lips trembling, looked at the horribly slashed face of the pocked man, who, clinging with his fingers to the edge of the counter, was slowly sinking from sight. The other two were lying on the floor, One motionless, the other writhing and convulsing in a dark, spreading puddle. A woman's hysterical scream vibrated in the air, piercing the ears as the innkeeper shuddered, caught his breath, and vomited. The stranger retreated toward the wall, tense and alert. He held the sword in both hands, sweeping the blade through the air. No one moved. Terror, like cold mud, was clear on their faces, paralyzing limbs and blocking throats. 3 guards rushed into the tavern with thuds and clangs. They must have been close by. They had truncheons wound with leather straps at the ready, but at the sight of the corpses, drew their swords. The Rivian pressed his back against the wall, and with his left hand, pulled a dagger from his boot. "Throw that down," one of the guards yelled with a trembling voice. "Throw that down, you thug, you're coming with us." A second guard kicked aside the table between himself and the Rivian. "Go get the men, Tresca," he shouted to the third guard, who had stayed closer to the door. "No need," said the stranger, lowering his sword. "I'll come by myself." "You'll go, you son of a bitch, on the end of a rope," yelled the trembling guard. "Throw that sword down or I'll smash your head in." The Rivian straightened. He quickly pinned his blade under his left arm and with his right hand raised towards the guard, swiftly drew a complicated sign in the air. The clout nails which studded his tunic from wrists to elbow flashed. The guards drew back, shielding their faces with their arms. One of the customers sprang up while another darted to the door. The woman screamed again, wild and ear-splitting. "I'll come by myself," repeated the stranger in his resounding, metallic voice. "And the 3 of you will go in front of me. Take me to the Castellan. I don't know the way." "Yes, sir," mumbled the guard, dropping his head. He made towards the exit, looking around tentatively. The other 2 guards followed him out backward, hastily. The stranger followed in their tracks, sheathing his sword and dagger. As they passed the tables, the remaining customers hid their faces from the dangerous stranger. And there you have it. It's not easy being a Witcher. Trust me, I'd know. You'd think people would be a little more grateful when you save them from monsters.
Thank you for joining me for this reading. But as you know,
Oh my God,
Geralt's
baby! Very hot tamale.
I will say this, all right? I'm not gay, but I would go gay for him.
I think they're ready for us.
Well, I'm ready also. For what?
You know what? We're going to discover together.
I've never actually seen him before. This is the first time I've seen him.
The thing that I think I probably get asked the most is what drew me to wanting to write The Witcher. What drew you to want to create The Witcher?
For me, it is a great mystery of life. It was some impulse, something that came out of the sky. And then becoming a full-time writer was something that I never imagined, never.
That's interesting. It's inspiration came from somewhere. Like just boom, God gave it to him.
Speaking of The Witcher, you came to see we're actually filming that short story here today. How did you feel before walking onto the set the first time to see what has come to life?
I've never been on the set of no movie at all, so for me everything is a big surprise, a big event, to be part of it.
He's on
practically,
set, huh?
to see it with my
This
own
is all his,
eyes.
really, right?
Incredible. Something incredible. I'm very satisfied to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. We would not be here without you, so that's the...
So, you know, I'm the guy who's guilty as charged.
Yes, you are. Is there anything that you are worried about the adaptation of? Is there anything that you are scared to see brought to life?
No, I'm not scared at all, because I know perfectly well, being an old guy in the sea, that you cannot judge the soup by the groceries, you know?
I love that.
That's
a great quote. He's talking about how, like, you can't know how good the soup tastes by just all the different pieces. You have to put it all together to really know.
I'm so glad you say that, because people ask me all the time, too. There's so many different things that go into this production. You brought up casting. Obviously, there's the scripts that we write. And then it's what's actually happening here every day, which is all of the little tiny pieces that are coming together, the sets that we're on, the action that we just saw. All of that will come together, but it can't be judged until it's a product. Right now, it's just pieces. Are there any stories from the first 2 books, Sword of Destiny and The Last Wish, that you really look forward to seeing adapted, that you want to be adapted? Do you have a favorite one?
Hard to say, because you are asking me right now which of your daughters is the most beautiful.
Yes, I am.
They are all beautiful. Maybe lesser evil.
I love how he says, "You can't make me pick, but this one." That's what every parent would say about their kids.
It's one of my favorites too. We have really gone back to the short stories because I feel like that's where a lot of the world building happened.
I started with the short stories. It was my beginning because it was a must, because nobody will publish the book.
Right.
Which
Okay,
one did
last
you pick?
question.
The first one?
It's a tough one.
I don't know
Good.
actually. I haven't followed
Are
the
you going
book,
to watch
so
the show?
Absolutely. Of course, I wait. I'm not an impatient guy. I would like to have a soup, not the groceries.
Maybe we'll watch it together one way.
Okay,
That's a deal.
that's a deal.
Oh, interesting. They seem to get along really well, actually, which is a really good thing because oftentimes you hear about tension between the original
writer.
author, right, and the people that run the show.
No.
Okay. Y'all, that's it, okay? No more Witcher trailers.